Welcome back, guys, to a new live day trading episode. My name is Julius. I hope you're all well. We are back in the S&P 500 in the micro future here, trading 5 micro contracts today. And we got our basic range open here. We got some highs, some lows. I'm gonna do what I always do, sell here a double top and buy a double bottom. That will be the first execution for today, the first entry. So let's see, market opens in 10 seconds. Gonna get interesting in which direction we go first. Okay, market's open now. So let's see in which direction we will go. I have to take a look at the mini from time to time because the mini future is the one who is like really closing because of real market activity, and the micro could be 1 or 2 ticks off sometimes because it's basically moving because of the market makers trying to even give us a little micro future that we can trade on, so it's not moved by the real orders. Okay, yeah, I really want to wait for a more or less good double top here. That looks quite alright. Let's see if we can trade 1 tick above. Okay, I think that is alright. That should be alright. I'm gonna set in a stop loss up here. So as you noticed, I'm shorting a little bit below because sometimes I say in about 10% of the cases you won't print the perfect double top here, but rather trade lower again before really the market tested those tops. And I think a 2-point stop loss is quite alright. So now we have to see, we're at the 5,100 price level. That's actually crazy that the market went so long in the last few weeks. Okay, now we're basically at the tops. Let's see where this bar can close in 2.5 minutes. If you're gonna trade further short or stay somewhere up here. So far so good. Let's take a look at the footprint chart in the mini future. I also activated all of those passive orders here, so you can see, okay, we got at the 110 about 200 limit orders that are waiting to be activated. So that could be a sign that the market will rise to this point. Building some clusters here basically where I went short, more or less at the point of control. We got the value area high here acting as a little resistance, but the market seemed to be very, very bullish despite having a negative delta here of about minus 1,900, minus 2,000. That is crazy. So we got a lot of active market sellers here, but the first bar is very, very bullish. So we got a lot of passive market buyers that are holding against the sellers here because we cannot see the passive orders in the delta. Those are only the active orders. So when we get a negative delta and a bullish bar, we can say for sure that there are passive orders that we cannot see in the delta that are the reason for the bullish bar here. Alright, so we are more or less still at the point where I shorted the market. 44 seconds left. So we can delete this one here. Stop loss is set. If you like the videos, I can definitely use this moment to ask you maybe for a like on this video. And if you like, you can subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. I'm posting videos every Tuesday and every Saturday, and it's always live trading. I am specialized on live trading, and I think that is the most honest form of YouTube video you can ever get in the trading community. This is no after the fact analysis. This is completely live emotions, live trading. Okay, so first bar closed, still not above our stop loss. So I am waiting still, but I have to agree this looks kind of long as of right now. So maybe gonna be stopped out in our first trade here. Yeah, market's pushing long here. Hopefully the close will not be too far away from my stop loss point. If we should close above my stop loss line. But I think it is totally fine to first short a double top. I always do that, and I'd say in about 50% of the cases I may be right. Depends on the state of the market. So we get some market phases like 3 or 4 months where the market tends to break the double tops. And in those market phases, my entry strategy of this range open tends to be more or less wrong sometimes. And then there are market phases where the market is really respecting double tops and double bottoms. And in those phases, this range opening that I'm using here seems to work very, very good. So yeah, if you did not know that the market tends to have kind of phases in which it always kind of acts the same. And then sometimes it changes behavior. That could also be a reason. Maybe you noticed that yourself in backtesting, that you may have a strategy that works very, very good on backtesting, but it only works for 3 or 4 months and 1 year. And the next year you see, oh, well, this strategy does not work this year. I don't know. I get stopped out a lot. It does not work that good as it used to. Yeah, that could very well be the reason why that the market is moving in phases that it tends to respect some similar behavior, and then after a few months it changes. That is very interesting. Okay, we kind of are stuck up here. Let's see in which direction we'll go. 2.5 minutes, half of the bar is finished. Take a look at the footprint for a second. We're definitely building some clusters up here. We've got some imbalances down here from the European session before, so chances are high that somewhere down here we'll find definitely some first support. Let's see if we can trade further down. A lot of volume being printed here on those few price levels. Alright, I think we have just to wait. Trading is a waiting game. Real trading is a waiting game. Don't be fooled by those gurus. I'd say at least 50% of the YouTube gurus are completely fake. And especially those who show you quick trades. Oh, I made $2,000 in 10 seconds. I did that too. But I think that shouldn't be that can't be your daily job every day. Okay, so real trading takes also a little bit of time, and I also have videos and trading sessions on this channel where I made $2,000 in 10 minutes or stuff like that. But those are exceptions, guys. Yeah, I will show you also the real trading, and that means that I have to wait here for the market to do something. Okay, so don't be fooled by the channels that will only show you the perfect trades and never those sessions in which they have to sit in front of the desk and really wait. And if they do, they cut it out. And I think, okay, I'm also cutting some phases in which I'm not doing anything, but I also think it's important to show you guys that I'm sitting here and having those emotions, having fear of missing out and stuff like that. But sometimes the most money you could make is just by taking your hands away from your mouse or away from your keyboard and just do nothing. Sometimes that is the most money you can make. All right, so if I would trade the footprint chart, I would definitely mark the clusters here a little bit. Maybe this won't work for now, but later in the day, once the market maybe retests this area, this will definitely be a crucial point for the market to find resistance or support. So you could mark that, but I'm not trading the footprint chart, I'm trading the blank 5-minute chart here. So I would also put in the stop loss in the mini, in case it gets very, why is this line so wrong? Okay, now it's straight. In case it gets very tight up here and I really have to act on a 1 tick difference above or below my stop loss. And I told you before, the micro could be 1 or 2 ticks wrong from time to time. So in this case, I would take a look at the mini, because my strategy is based on the mini future. But today I'm executing on the micro future. In case you're wondering what 5 contracts in the micro future equal to, 5 contracts in the micro future equals to $25 a point, which is quite a decent size, definitely more than most of the people who trade CFDs trade. I would say the average size of a CFD trader maybe is $5 to $10 a point. In the S&P 500, I'm trading $25 here, so that is quite a decent size. At least for people who trade with accounts where money matters. Of course, if I'm trading a demo account, I could easily trade 10 mini futures here and it wouldn't disturb me at all. And I could say, oh, I made $2,000 in 10 minutes here. But for money that really matters and you want to pay your bills at the end of the month, I think you should turn down your contract size a little bit. Okay, I think I'm going to shut up for a minute and we see this again once this bar closes, because right now everything's possible. From a further sell-off to a big push above the stop loss line of mine. So I think we have to wait a little bit here. Okay, guys, so this bar closes in 5 seconds. And so far, we are $50 in profit. So this seems to work, for now at least. But the next bar immediately is moved by the buyers here. So we'll see. So far, I'm quite happy with how the market is moving, but this could very well turn in the next few seconds. And here we go, testing lower ticks. We are already at the imbalances here. I actually did not notice that. And we broke through them, so a first good sign, but I really think we kind of have to trade somewhere down here to really say that this support will not influence this too much. But right now the position is really looking good. We have some big orders down here. We can take a look at the order book. Okay, 225 contracts are at the 90. That is an interesting first sign. And we actually broke the lows by 1 tick, so this is looking good for our position here. Now we have those lows here to look forward to. Okay, so this bar is still fighting here. We printed some clusters down here. Important will be to close underneath those imbalances here. That will be important. Oh, positive delta. The candle actually switched. Yeah, close could have definitely been better. This looks quite bullish at first. Not too sure what to think about that actually. Okay, the buyers did not quite manage to trade higher, so I actually am still looking for a further short push here, because I would say if the buyers were strong enough, they would immediately buy back. So now we're gonna see at least a test of the 99, in my opinion, and hopefully, of course, break further short. Let's see. Okay, I think I was a little too fast with my judgment. Actually, now this is what I'm talking about. The buyers seem to be strong enough to really push higher here. So I guess it's not that easy to say that we're gonna push lower. Still nothing's lost, but could definitely be better. So really buying power here. Building clusters at the imbalances won't make it easy for us to really trade lower. So right now everything looks long. Okay guys, 5 seconds left. 2, 1. Here we go. The close actually... Oh, now the market is getting some volume here because it's 10 a.m. The close wasn't too good, but we are trading further short. Let's see if we can break the lows here. Come on. Let's take a look at the footprint. Test this level again here, please. We're getting some volume here at the lows. That is a first good sign. Some liquidity that hopefully will print it as volume. That is what I mean. For now, it's just liquidity. But doesn't look too bad. We have a finished auction at the top and an unfinished one at the bottom, so chances are quite there that we will test this price level again. Also Delta went short again, went negative again. And here we are. Okay, we made another tick lower. Slowly but steady we are coming down. Okay, yeah, okay, this is I noticed that this is the 5,100 price mark here. No surprise that this is a big magic number here. So chances are quite there that this will act as support here. But I can repeat myself over and over. You will find entry and exit signals, support and resistances everywhere. You can say, oh, we got some imbalances. We got the point of control. We got the value area high. We got the value area low. We got a big liquidity here. We got the magic number of 5,100. We got a delta here, blah, blah, blah. You will find so many different opportunities. But you have to decide for one and then continue with that in order to be profitable. And I decided just for this price action. Okay, I saw, okay, double top. My opening strategy, I short that. And now I have to stick with that. I'm sticking with the short position, even though I might find 100 reasons why this market should go long. For now, I'm just staying short. We're building clusters here. That is a good sign. Let's see if we're testing this level again, where the 28 contracts have been traded on the price level. Here we are going lower. Good for us. Also clusters on the way down is a good sign for a continuation. And it's being bought back. It's being bought back. Okay. So only from this blank 5-minute chart here, you could see that the wicks of those candles are a lot longer in direction to the downside, which means that the market is testing again and again those lower prices, but the buyers buy back the market every single time at every 5-minute bar. That is actually not so good. Bar closed again as a bullish pin bar. So right now, two things can happen. The sellers may end up so strong that they really break through all of this buying activity by the bulls. That would probably indicate a little further push to the lows, at least to those 95 levels, maybe even a little lower. But that is not so likely. What's even more likely is what we're going to see now, that at some point the sellers are, okay, we have no chance here. The buyers are so strong in this area, they buy back every approach of us trying to get lower here. So basically we have to think about our positions again, maybe even go long, and then it doesn't look so good after all, and the market will go long. So those are the possibilities. But we can definitely see that the buying pressure from below is still very much there. So I guess we have to break a few of those support levels in order for the bulls to kind of get stopped out here. Because right now this is not so easy to identify. We are testing the imbalances again here. And we are heading higher again. Okay, this is what I thought could definitely happen here. So brace yourself, guys. We maybe stop out here in the end. But right now, no need to do anything. We're gonna stay calm. Market is in a range here. So let's see in which direction we will break out in the end. Let's take a look at the delta. Yeah, positive delta. All right, let's just wait. And again, we're seeing kind of the same behavior. Sellers came from above, tried going lower. Immediately, buyers pushed from below. Actually, printing kind of a little trend line now. Big wick to the short side. Everything speaks for a long continuation now. The only chance we have in our short position is that the sellers really break through for once, stop all those buyers out, but that is quite unlikely. So this is not so good for us right now. But you know, trading game, everything is possible at every point. That is the most important thing you have to always keep in mind. Everything is possible at every point in the market. So it is one thing to discuss what the market could do, to analyze what the market will do in the next few seconds. Another thing is, if I would act on every possibility that I would see, I would be in and out and stopped out probably a lot. So I have my short position established for almost an hour now, and I'm holding on to that. I think that is important. Okay, the market gives us a lot of signals, but right here I'm just holding on to one position, and I think that is totally fine. Oh guys, maybe there it goes. Maybe this is the unlikely possibility that I told you about. The only chance we have is that the market will stop out all of those buyers here. Also some imbalances there. There were the first stops. Come on, 10 seconds left. Maybe this is really what I talked about previously. The only chance we have is when the market really breaks in a big bearish candle and stops all of those market players out here. And for now, this actually looked quite like it. Important that we break those lows again. Not by one tick like here, but rather by a few ticks and really establish some volume down here. We still got some orders below the wick of this candle. You can keep an eye on that to see if the orders are gonna increase here. If people putting more liquidity on those price levels. Also interesting that the Nasdaq is not going short here. I have the Nasdaq on a second monitor to somehow see the correlation. Also, I'm trying a little different approach than the Nasdaq on a demo account currently. But I will not tell you about this approach unless it's proven profitable after a few months. So yeah, and it's interesting to see the Nasdaq is actually pushing higher while the S&P is falling. So kind of divergence in the correlation, and those orders seem to not be increasing so much. So probably unless the Nasdaq is not willing to fall too, the S&P will have a hard time going lower. But I don't care. I have my short position. We are about $150 in profit here. And so far, this candle was one of the... this looks good, come on. Was the light at the end of the tunnel, so to say. This is really interesting. The Nasdaq is really pushing higher here. And the S&P is falling. So there are some kind of traders who like to trade those divergences in correlations and have their own setups for that. And basically you have to identify which market is leading. Until now, I would more or less say that the S&P was leading, but right now the Nasdaq is rising. So there was a divergence in correlation. So if I had to act on that, I would probably short the Nasdaq at this point. And I would hold on to a short position the S&P, and I would short the Nasdaq. Definitely also be the other way around, but as of right now, the S&P was the leading market. Just some thoughts of mine here. Don't mind me talking about the Nasdaq while you can only see the S&P 500. That is what in my mind right now. It looks very good. Nasdaq is rising, S&P is falling. Crazy. And this is what I was talking about. Now there would be the chance for the buyers to come back in strong again at those lows. But this was a first good attempt of the sellers really stopping a lot of buyers out. Maybe it's also the institutions fishing the long stops here, the stops from the long position, so that the institution basically can now buy the market up again to somehow be the only ones in the position after having stopped out all the previous buyers. Why are they doing that? Why are the institutions fishing stops in order to go in the directions at the end again? Because they want to somehow exaggerate it to say be the only ones in the initial position, and then the buyers come back in and say, oh, I knew it, and buy to higher prices and providing liquidity for the institutions to really trade low, to trade higher in this case. So that could be the reason why the institutions want to fish those stops here. And here we go, somewhat long again. So I think it's safe to say that we are just in a range. Market's testing the tops, going all the way down to the bottom, testing the bottom again, then going long again. So in a frustrating range for us, trend searching traders. Yeah, nothing you can do about it. Market tends to range a lot since the beginning of the year. but overall made a lot of points to the long side. Even though it's ranging, somehow we get a little break up, a little breakout to the long side, then we range again, get a little breakout to the long side, range again. That is the behavior of the market as of right now, and it's really hard to catch those moves. And maybe I was wrong, and really the Nasdaq is the driving force behind the market, not the other way around. So maybe the correlation gets equalized by the S&P going long now and not the Nasdaq going short. I think it's very hard to tell in which direction the correlation gets equalized. So that is the reason why I do not like to trade those correlation setups, because I traded that before. Guys, I can tell you, I did so much. I traded correlation to Nasdaq, blah, blah, blah. You can't even imagine. You can't even imagine, guys. And in the end, you can see I'm again at a black and white blank S&P 5-minute chart, even though I traded all that before. Yeah, but from my experience, it was very hard. I could identify the divergences and the correlations easily and really see, oh no, the Nasdaq is rising, the S&P is falling. But in which direction this will be equalized again? That is really hard to tell. So you could get lucky, but yeah, in my opinion, I probably would have shorted the Nasdaq here, because previously the S&P was the driving force in the correlation of those two markets. But as you can see, I probably was a little wrong with that, since the Nasdaq currently is still kind of bullish. Okay guys, I'm recording for an hour now. I will now wait if the market will break out of this range. And if not, I will probably end the recording a little sooner than usual. Usually I record for 1.5 or 2 hours. Today I will probably between 1 and 1.5 hours. I did not eat anything yet today, and I'm getting really, really hungry and unconcentrated. And I can tell you guys, that could be very harmful. So you should be rested and have enough energy to trade, because I know it's a waiting game, but it's a concentrated waiting, guys. It's not just here waiting and playing on your phone. It's waiting, yeah, but you have to be concentrated at every point. This is also the reason when people say, oh, you're a trader, you're a day trader, oh, you have to wait the whole day in order to get into a position. Why don't you do a regular job and you can trade simultaneously or, yeah, alongside your regular job? And I'd say, okay, it's not that easy. I have to be concentrated at every point and making the right decision. If I would have to concentrate on another task and the work, okay, now it's looking good here. If I had to concentrate on another task, I maybe would make some mistakes and act emotionally and say, okay, I get some fear of missing out. I'm taking a profits here, even though the market might very well go further short. So I have to sit here and have my emotions under control and really wait for the market to do the right thing, but then act immediately when it's necessary. That is the hard part. Okay, so let's see if we can break out a little further. $150 in profit. We had that about 1 hour ago already. So again, same scenario. We're trying to trade lower. Buyers pushing this candle up and are not willing to let the market break lower. But we get some negative delta. That is the first good sign. And we're going long again. We are going long again. Bar was not able to go lower here. Not a nice, smooth market activity, but very choppy. A lot of wicks. I really can imagine that this will be the last short bar, and that we're now gonna break higher again. Because I think, I could be wrong, but I think at some point the driving force behind the market really has to put in all of their buying or selling power and break in one direction. I could be wrong, and this could be a range day for the whole day and a choppy day. But I got the feeling that the market now trade lower, and now really the bulls are coming in and say, okay, now let's get everything here and break every obstacle and trade higher. But I could be wrong here, so just maybe this is a wish of mine that I wait for something. I want to wait for something crazy to happen, but I know we are kind of stuck around the magic number 5,100. Let's wait for this bar to close, and then I probably will end the recording. I'm getting really hungry here. And don't you think that I will let the market alone here? Never, I would never do that. I will switch over to a laptop and take that with me everywhere I go, basically, if I have to trade. I'm always looking at the market. I will never let the market run without me, as I told you before. I have to be concentrated at every point. At every point there is a possibility that bar will now break out totally long and stop us out here. I have to be there at the exact moment that happens. So, Footprint chart, yeah, delta here, that's the maximum delta we had in this candle. In this case, the minimum delta of minus 1,600, and now we're at minus 500. So a lot of active market longs have been traded by the market participants. Yeah, we are stuck in a range of approximately 10 points since the beginning of the trading day. So could definitely be better. And we really closed all the way up here. I cannot believe it. So guys, I think I will take this opportunity to really end the recording. Seems like the range is still intact. I will end the recording with a profit of approximately $80 right here. Could be better, definitely. Nothing crazy to talk about, but I hope I could give you some value nevertheless by talking about different subjects today again. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. I told you at the beginning of the video very well. I would be very happy if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. I upload 2 live trading sessions a week, Tuesday and Saturday, so you won't be spammed by me, but you get a decent amount of trading experience from me. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, you could easily subscribe at the point where you're not interested anymore. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great day. Take care of yourself. That is the most important thing. Only if you take care of yourself, you can improve. See you next time. Bye bye.